Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Soul Talk with Cash, where we take control of our thoughts and tailor them to make lasting positive impacts on our lives. Today I'll be sharing with you 3 questions that you should ask and ensure that you are satisfied with when choosing a partner for a lifetime. These questions are very good indicators of how satisfied you will be in your relationship and with your partner. Have you heard these statements about men, like men can't help themselves, they have to cheat, or most men are liars, or men only want one thing from a woman? Trust me, Christian men are not exempt. I've heard that Christian men give the most trouble. Church men behave just as those of the world, and there are no good men in church. Have you heard those things? Women, have you heard men say that women are gold diggers, or women don't know what they want, or women are like sirens, they always want. Of course, the list can go on and on. If you assess who you're getting into a relationship carefully, you will save yourself a whole lot of trouble. So finding a partner to spend the rest of your life with requires careful consideration. Sometimes as young people start dating, if they're a Christian, you hear other Christians start asking, when are you going to get married? Or parents may be asking, what's the next move? When are you taking the relationship to the next level? Friends may also be asking questions about marriage. But how long does it take to say yes anyways? My suggestion is, don't be pressured into making a decision. Marriage is a very serious step, and this should be taken carefully. Sometimes Christians are pressured into marriage because it is a thought that they are going to get sexually involved before they get married, and so because to prevent themselves from burning or the desires of the sexual urges, they are encouraged to get married. But whatever the factors are, whatever those pressures may be, don't allow anyone to pressure you into getting married, because this is a very serious decision. You must understand also that the first serious relationship that you are going to be in may not be the person who you end up getting married to. I know you may be feeling very in love, you may be feeling that this person is the best person you've had in your whole life, you may be feeling so happy and you don't believe that anybody else can make you this happy. But take your time and assess the situation, assess the relationship, assess the person before you make that decision. The person that you end up choosing is that person. It's not a trial and error situation where, okay, if it doesn't work, then let's call it quits. You need to spend time to get to know this individual. It's okay to go on as many dates as you like before you choose the one. Whatever the situation is, marriage should not be rushed. You want to be certain that anyone you marry is someone that you're willing to spend the rest of your life with. The answer to how long this takes is that there is no predefined timeline for when to say yes. The decision for marriage should be taken when both of you are ready, when both of you are mature, when both of you have discovered everything or most of the things that you really need to know about each other, and when you are satisfied that this individual meets the criteria for what you're expecting in a relationship. Now, what are these 3 questions? Number 1 is, what is important to you in this relationship? Don't be overly consumed with superficial things, those things that are on the surface, because in the long run they will fade. So the physical attraction is important, but what else is there behind the handsome gentleman? What else is there behind the beautiful face and the physique of this young lady? Do you want someone who will respect your boundaries? For instance, what if you make a decision to refrain from having sex before marriage? Is this person going to respect your decision? Is this person going to pressure you into doing what you do not want to do? Or are they going to be holding you accountable? Are they going to be assisting you? Are they going to be supportive of that decision that you've made, and even remind you about that decision when you may be tempted to release or relax the decision that you've made? Will this person hold you accountable? Also, if you say no to whatever it is, to whatever request that has been made, is this person going to try to coerce you into saying yes? Do they want you to justify why you have said no? They want to change your no into a yes. That means they may not respect your boundaries and they may not be okay with you saying no. So if they show indications of those things early in the relationship, what else are they willing to wear down to get what they want? So that's very important to think about. Does this person respect you? Do you share the same values as this person? Is this person a moral person? Those are some of the things you have to think about, what is important to you and whether or not the person meets those things. The next question, number 2, is what are your standards? What is your value system based on? Is it based on honesty, commitment, integrity, morality? Is it based on friendship and determination? So what are those standards that you have set for yourself? What is that value system that you have? You have to use this to judge against your relationship as your criteria, your standard for what you expect of this person and this relationship. Suppose you say that you do not want to be with an abusive person. Abuse in any form, physical abuse, emotional abuse, financial abuse, whatever form this takes, then you have to be careful to look out for those things. If you decide also that you want a person with a certain educational level or background, you have to make sure that you get those things, because if you don't, you may end up being dissatisfied and you may end up trying to change the person to conform to what you expect. And remember that you cannot change an individual. They have to want to change, and they are the ones who are responsible for changing themselves. So what you are starting out with and how this person is what you're going to have. So you must decide whether you want to live with that or not. So those are the decisions that you have to make. And the third point is, or the third question is, know about this person sufficiently to make you comfortable to settle down in a relationship with this person. In this day and age, for instance, everyone or anyone can claim to be a Christian, right? They can claim to love God, but as a person, lifestyle, how they operate, what they think, what they do, what they say, how they interact, does it match up with the principles and the teachings of what the Bible says? So words and actions should correlate, because you can't be saying something and then doing something else. You have to ensure that what they say, how they portray themselves, is in keeping with actually what their belief system is and what they have declared about themselves. One advice that my mom gave me in choosing a relationship before I made that decision is that make sure that I choose someone who loves God first. And if that person loves God, then everything else will fall into place, because he will seek to be pleasing God, and in that way he'll conform to those principles of the Bible, and in return he will love me and treat me as how God intends relationships to be. You must get to know the background of the individual, get to know about their previous relationships, get to know about their family history, get to know about where they're from, how they treat their parents, how they treat their siblings, what other people are saying about them, because you have to be your own detective. You have to dig into trying to find out, what is this person really like? Is this person being deceptive? Because a relationship that's built on deception and a relationship that's built on that mistrust will not last. That's a shaky, that's a slippery foundation to be in, or to be on, or to build a relationship on. So you want to be careful that you check out, you investigate about all those things. If the person was promiscuous in their previous relationships, if they are always seek covering up certain things, what type of person is this person? Do they have that pessimistic view about life? What are they really like? And I'm not talking about what they were like, because people can change. So even if someone has a past that they're not proud of, but you can see that they have genuinely changed, then you have to make that decision how you're going to move forward in this relationship. So I'm talking about the current, the now. What is this person like? And having the information will help you decide how do you go about choosing that person. Also, you need to make sure that you have those tough conversations with your partner, with this person, because if you don't have them now, you won't know their perspective and how they would deal with certain things should they come up. So conversations relating to finances, conversations relating to sickness or family coming to live with you, or conversations relating to how the children will be raised. What are those principles? What are those goals that they have? What are the ambitions? Even conversations about sexual expectations. Those are some of the conversations that you need to have, so you can get the perspective of this individual and you can understand where they are pertaining to these things, because those are some common things that end up causing problems in relationships. And whenever you're not able to communicate properly with that individual, that can also be a big challenge in the future. Those are the 3 questions that you need to make sure that you are satisfied with before you say yes to this individual. Also, I would strongly recommend that you seek out counseling, professional counseling, and don't go to someone whose life is falling apart. Don't go to someone who they were not able to maintain their relationship either. It's best to get counsel from someone who is well experienced and for someone who has been successful in maintaining their own relationship. That would be very good to ensure that you have counseling before you make that decision. It is said that love is blind, but it is not blind. It is for you to become aware of those things that you need to look out for, those questions that you need to ask, and for the understanding to be there about what is expected in a relationship and how you two will move together as a couple. Let me know how useful you found these tips, and be sure to put a comment down below. I wish you all the best in your choice that you've made, and that you will have a successful relationship. Be sure to give this video a like, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell so that every time I upload a video, you will be the first to know. Until next time, I will see you in the next one.